So good evening to all. The last lecture, in the last class, I explained about the ionic equilibrium. Just started the ionic equilibrium. What is ionic equilibrium? How it exists? Different types of substances. Okay. And next we'll start today about acids, bases, and salts. Acids, bases, and salts. Actually, in acids, bases, and salts, weak acids, weak bases, they undergo partial ionization. Ionization of these substances is very, very less. So it can establish an ionic equilibrium. Now we have to understand what is an acid, what is a base, okay, how salt can be formed, different types of salts, salt hydrolysis, we'll discuss under this. Okay. Now, so first let me explain about so whatever the acid we see, daily life acids. So we can come across some simple acids in our daily life. One is vinegar. First one is I can write here as vinegar. The formula of vinegar is acetic acid. The vinegar contains acetic acid, and another one we can say that oranges. Orange contain ascorbic acid. And lemon contains which type of acid? Lemon? Citric acid. Okay. And tamarind, it contains tartaric acid. So these are simple acids which we can come across in regular life. Okay. And human stomach also, it can secrete some kind of acids which is required for digestion. That is HCl, hydrochloric acid, which is 1.2 to 1.5 liters is regularly generated in the body for digestion. Okay. So here we'll main differentiate acids from bases. So how will you differentiate mainly? So acids, bases. So first point, if you see the acids, generally taste of the acids will be sour in taste. Just we can you see oranges or lemon, they're very sour in taste. You can write here acids are bitter in taste, sour in taste. Sour in taste, whereas bases are bitter in taste. Okay. Next, another point is, so litmus papers. I hope all of you come across the litmus papers. So when you add one drop of acid in litmus papers, it is in blue litmus paper, immediately it converts into red, which indicates that given substance is acid. So I can write here blue litmus converted into blue litmus paper converts into red. Whereas if you take the bases opposite, that is red litmus paper converts into blue. Okay. And there are some indicators also, find out the nature of the substances like methyl orange, phenolphthalein. There are some indicators are there in laboratory and all. In 11th and 12th standard, you will do the laboratory titrations. There you can use that indicators. So if you see indicators, one, methyl orange turns into yellow. Methyl and turns into yellow in acids, whereas the same methyl orange turns into red. Sorry, in acids it turns into red. In base it turns into yellow. Sorry, turns into red. Methyl orange turns into yellow. Okay, methyl orange is an indicator, phenolphthalein is also an indicator. So these indicators changes their colors in different medium. So in acids, when we add methyl orange, that will convert into red. In bases, if we add methyl orange, it convert into yellow. In phenolphthalein also we can verify. Phenolphthalein is colorless in acids, but it is a pink in bases. So that way, by using litmus paper, by using the litmus indicators, we can able to find out the acids and bases. Okay. Now let us learn about the acid-base theories. There are different theories are there to explain acids and bases. Acid-base theories. So to explain about acids and bases, mainly we have three theories: Arrhenius theory, Bronsted-Lowry theory, and Lewis theory. These three theories will explain about the different types of acids and bases by different theories. Okay. So first one is about Arrhenius acid. Arrhenius theory. So Arrhenius theory limited to only aqueous solutions. Limited to only aqueous solutions. Means whenever when you want to define Arrhenius acid or base, that compound should dissolve in water. Then only it can able to act as a acid. So definition of the Arrhenius acid is substance which dissolves in water and produce H plus ion. So simple word we can say that Arrhenius acids are H plus producer in aqueous solutions. They are H plus producer in aqueous solutions. Only in aqueous solution, not in other solutions. That's why I'm beginning I written limited to only aqueous solutions. So that is H plus they produce, that is said to be acid. For example, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, okay, H3PO4. So all these substances are said to be Arrhenius acids because they dissolve in water and they can produce H plus ions. These are acids. HCl only acid in water, but HCl if you take in benzene, HCl when I take aqueous in water, it can produce H plus Cl minus aqueous. In water it can produce H plus, but when I take the HCl same substance in benzene C6H6, no H plus ions. It can't produce H plus ions when we take the acid HCl in benzene. When you take the HCl in CCl4, when you take the HCl in chloroform, when you take in that type of solvents, HCl cannot dissociate, it cannot produce the H plus ions. That's why when the substance is dissolved in H plus water, that has to dissolve in water and has to produce H plus ions. That type of substance are said to be acids. Whenever if you take other solvent, it is not act as acid. The point is here, HCl is acid in water. HCl is an Arrhenius acid in water, but it is not Arrhenius acid in benzene, carbon tetrachloride, chloroform, ether. In that type of solvent, it will not produce H plus ion. Is it clear? Okay. Next, base. So how can it define the base? Arrhenius base. Same like Arrhenius acid. Arrhenius acid is H plus producer. Base is the substance which dissolves in water and produce OH minus ions. The substance which dissolves in water and produce OH minus ions. Here H plus ions produce H plus ions. Here it produce OH minus ions. They are said to be bases. Can you tell me example which can dissolve in water and produce OH minus ions? Very good. NaOH, KOH, aluminum hydroxide, cesium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide. So all these are aragonous bases. They dissolve in water and they can produce the OH minus ions. Now one more point I would like to explain here. Generally now when we always write H plus. Instead of H plus, we can also write H3O plus. So remember that when I write H plus, that is equal to H3O plus. Both are same. H3O plus called as hydronium ion. H3O plus called as hydronium ion. H plus is called as proton. We can write H plus or H3O plus. Both are same. Because H plus can't exist freely. It always combined with water and form in the form of H3O plus. Okay. So this is about the aragonous acid and base. Next. So this aragonous theory applicable only to aqueous solution written, the first point. Second one is Lewis theory. Lewis theory. Lewis theory. Lewis theory is based on the electron pair donor and accepting property. So here I can write the definition. Lewis acid. Lone pair or electron pair. Both are same. Lone pair, electron pair, acceptor. Acceptor. Lone pair, electron pair, acceptor is said to be Lewis acids. So there are different types of Lewis acids are there. You see. So if I take this example, simple cations. Simple cation, it can accept lone pair, H plus, Na plus. Okay. Simple cations in magnesium plus, zinc plus, copper plus. Simple cation, they can able to accept lone pair and they act as Lewis acids. Second, right, H plus and what else? Simple cations Na plus, Mg plus 2, copper plus, etc. So all these are simple cations. All these are having electron deficient. Positive charge is there. They can able to accept lone pair. So they are called as Lewis acids. Second one is electrophiles. Electrophiles. In organic chemistry, hydrocarbons I told you. Electrophile means electron deficient. Electron deficient species are electrophiles. So example, what we can write? NO2 plus, CH3 plus, C2H5 plus, Cl plus, SO3H plus. Okay, all these are electrophiles. So they can able to accept lone pair of electron. They called as Lewis acids. All these are Lewis acids only. Third one we can write as electrophiles are whenever the species electron deficient or incomplete octet. Electron deficient or incomplete octet, they are also suitable Lewis acids. Actually, third group elements are electron deficient. Boron, aluminum, they are electron deficient. So I can write here BCl3. Boron having only 3 bonds. It has only 6 electrons. It has empty orbital. Whenever the species having empty orbital, they can able to accept lone pair. So that is said to be Lewis acids. AlCl3. So this AlCl3 we use in Friedel-Crafts reaction. Friedel-Crafts alkylation, Friedel-Crafts acylation. We use this AlCl3 because it has a empty orbital. It can accept lone pair, act as Lewis acids. And we can take sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. Okay, all these are electron deficient, so they can able to accept, they act as Lewis. FeCl3 can take BeCl2, FeCl3. Okay. So I write it here FeCl3. Etc. Is that clear? Are you able to understand? Okay. So this is about the Lewis acid. Next, Lewis base. Lewis base. Notice. You see, first one I told here, Lewis acids are lone pair or electron pair acceptor set to be Lewis acid. Then what will be the Lewis base? Opposite of this. Lone pair acceptor is acid, lone pair donor is base. So we can write lone pair or electron pair donor are said to be, yes, very good. Ammonia is Lewis base. Ammonia we can write. See, lone pair donor. Lone pair donor means to donate lone pair, they must contain lone pair. Whenever they have lone pair, then only they can be able to donate. So all lone pair electrons containing species we can write under Lewis bases. But there are few very rare exceptions are there that we'll see later. So NH3, H2O. Okay, so these are having lone pair of electron. H2S, PH3. So neutral species, these are neutral. All these are neutral molecules. So neutral species are donor. Not only neutral, negative charge containing species also there. OH minus, Cn minus, Cl minus, Br minus. Okay, so NO2 minus. So all these are said to be negative charge species. Negative charge species also act as lone pair donor. Okay. So don't think that always positive charge containing species are acceptor, negative charge containing species are donor. Not only positive, neutral species, all these are neutral. Neutral species also act as Lewis bases. Neutral species also act as Lewis base. But neutral species with lone pair act as Lewis bases. Neutral species with incomplete octet or electron deficient or empty orbitals containing species act as Lewis acids. Okay. Did you write? Completed? Okay. Next one is third theory is Bronsted-Lowry theory. Bronsted-Lowry theory. So what is a Bronsted-Lowry theory? Bronsted-Lowry theory is based on the proton donor, proton acceptor. So I write it here, acid. Bronsted acid is proton, that is H plus, donor. Proton donor is acid. Arsenous acid, I told you, proton producer, means they have to dissolve in water and has to produce H plus. They are said to be arsenous acid. But these need not dissolve in water. They can donate to other species which require H plus. There is a much difference. H plus producer is arsenous acid. It is only in aqueous medium, arsenous theory. But whereas in this Bronsted theory, they no need to dissolve in water if they are able to donate, if they are capable of donating H plus to other acceptor. That is a acid. So example, you see HCl, HNO3. Here water can donate. Water also can donate one H plus. Okay, H2S and NH3, HSO4 minus, H2PO4 minus, HPO4 minus 2, H2CO3, HCO3 minus. Okay, etc. So all these are donor. So whenever they have one H plus, they can donate. It can donate one H plus. It can donate one H plus. It can donate. It can donate. It can also donate. NH3 can donate one H plus. It becomes NH2 minus. It can donate one H plus. It has a 2 hydrogens. It can donate one. It has 1 hydrogen. It has 2 hydrogens. It has 1 hydrogen. So all these are H plus donor. So H plus donor in proton donor said to be acid. Next, base. What is the base here? Base we write as proton acceptor. Proton acceptor. Proton acceptor is base. Which base? Bronsted base. Proton donor is acid, Bronsted acid. So here I can write example. All Bronsted. I can write here. So a simple point to observe. So these are proton acceptor. Proton acceptor I am telling as a Lewis acid. To accept a proton, the species must contain either lone pair or negative charge. If they contain lone pair, they can accept. If they contain negative charge, they can accept. So it has to be either negative charge or lone pair, then only it can able to accept H plus. That's why all Lewis bases are said to be Bronsted bases. I read here, all Lewis bases are Bronsted bases. Vice versa. Mean all Bronsted bases also again Lewis bases. We can write NH3, water, and lone pair containing species ROH, alcohols, RNH2, amines. If lone pairs are there, they can able to accept R. Yes, water also can act as a base. That's why water having dual nature. It can act as an acid. It can act as a base. That's why water is said to be amphiprotic. Okay, I'll tell you that later. So this lone pair of electron containing species are negative charge. OH minus, Cl minus, Cl minus, I minus, NO2 minus, etc. Completed? Okay. See, next. So just remember, I'll just brief out the three theories: Arrhenius theory, Lewis theory, Bronsted theory. Arrhenius theory, H plus producer only in water. H plus producer only in water is acid. OH minus producer only in water is base, according to Arrhenius theory. Second theory, Lewis theory. Lone pair acceptor is acid. Lone pair donor base. Bronsted theory. Proton donor acid. Proton acceptor base. Okay. Now let us learn something extra information from Bronsted theory. We have to discuss further in detail about Bronsted theory. Listen, I'll take one compound in H3 plus H2O. NH3 plus H2O, and I will take HCl plus H2O. First, let me complete this. So if I take this NH3 plus H2O, what happens is, so this is I can write this HCl. I'll write. Okay, HCl is said to be acid. It can donate one H plus to this. It can donate one H plus. So this is a base. It donate H plus. It accept H plus. Okay. So once it can donate H plus, HCl becomes Cl minus. And after accepting H plus, H2O becomes H3O plus. Acid, after losing H plus, acid becomes conjugate base. This becomes conjugate base. So shortcut we write as CB. CB is conjugate base. Next, after accepting one H plus, base becomes conjugate acid. So we write as Ca. So once these ions are forming, this again will accept an H plus from this. Again, it can donate one H plus to this. It undergo reversible reaction also. An equilibrium is established between the ions. This is an ionic equilibrium. Understood? So after losing H plus, acid becomes conjugate base. After losing H plus, acid becomes conjugate base. After gaining H plus, base becomes conjugate acid. Conjugate base means the base which is liberated after losing H plus from acid. The base which is forming from acid after losing H plus. Okay, that is said to be conjugate base. What is conjugate acid? The acid which is forming from base after gaining one H plus is said to be conjugate acid. Okay. You see, here, if you observe HCl, Cl minus, HCl, Cl minus, both are differ by one atom. What is that an atom? HCl and Cl minus both are differ by one atom, which is that one ion, H hydrogen. So the species, a pair of species which differ by one H plus are called as conjugate acid base pair. They are called as conjugate acid base pair. HCl, Cl minus, they are differ by only one H plus. So these two are conjugate acid base pair. So I write it here. One point right here, conjugate acid base pair. So the pair of species differ by only one H plus. Only one H plus, not two H plus, three H plus. Only one H plus if that differ, that type of species are conjugate acid base pair. So now here HCl, Cl minus, conjugate pair. And again another pair what we can write? H2O, H3O plus. H2O, H3 plus both are differ by one H plus. So I can write here H2O, H3O plus. So these are conjugate pair. Is that clear? Shall I rub that? Next, you see, so now we'll learn what is exactly conjugate base, what is conjugate acid, we'll learn now. Okay. So conjugate base. Removal of H plus from acid gives conjugate base. Removal of H plus from acid is formed conjugate base. Examples you see. Acid conjugate base. HCl, H2SO4, H3O plus. You write the conjugate base for this. Where is the conjugate base for that? H2PO4 minus, HCO3 minus, NH3, OH minus. So to write the conjugate base, what you have to do? Just remove one H plus. That's it. Done? Completed? Yes. So here if you remove one H plus hydrolite, Cl minus. If you remove one H plus, HSO4 minus. If you remove one H plus, H2O. From this, so if you remove one H plus, you will get negative charge. From this, if you remove one H plus, you will get negative charge. From this, one negative charge. It has one positive charge already. We are taking along with the positive charge, so we'll get neutral molecule. So from this, what I can write? Already one negative charge is there. If I remove one more H plus, what I'll write? HPO4 minus 2, right? So HCO3 minus what I'll write? CO3 minus 2, NH2, NH2 minus NH3. So it becomes what? OH minus becomes O minus 2. O minus 2. Is that clear? Next. Conjugate acid. Conjugate acid. Conjugate acid is addition of H plus to base gives conjugate acid. We had to add one H plus, then we'll get conjugate acid. Example, base conjugate acid. So I rated here few examples, you write them. NH3, PO4 minus 3, OH minus, H2O, NH2 minus, HCO minus, and HSO4 minus. So what you have to do? Add one H plus. Completed? Okay. So if we add one H plus, NH3 becomes NH4 plus. We're adding one H plus. PO4 minus 3 becomes HPO4 minus 2. OH minus becomes H2O. H2O becomes H3O plus. NH2 becomes NH3. HCO is HCOOH. This is H2SO4. Understood? Now, so there are some substances which can lose H plus and gain H plus. They can give H plus, they can donate one H plus, they can accept an H plus also. That type of species are said to be amphiprotic. The species which can donate and accept as well. Accept H plus, which can donate and accept H plus are said to be species. I write for this species, you write conjugate base, you write conjugate acid. Okay, what is that? AlCl2. AlCl2 is not, does not exist. AlCl does not exist. Aluminum belongs to third group. It has to be, it should contain 3 bonds. Okay, it will not exist. H2O, HCO3 minus, HSO4 minus, NH3, HPO4 minus 2. Right, conjugate base means what? What you have to do? You have to remove one H plus from this. Conjugate acid means one add one H plus. So this is removal of H plus from acid. So this is addition of H plus from this species, right? H2O. If we remove one H plus, what we get? OH minus. If we add one H plus to this, not to this species. Okay. If you add one H plus, what we get? H3O plus. Okay. HCO3 minus. Remove one H plus. What do we get? CO3 minus 2. Add one H plus. H2CO3. Okay. HSO4 minus. Remove one H plus. SO4 minus 2. Add one H plus. H2SO4. NH3. Remove one H plus. NH2 minus. Add one H plus. NH4 plus. So HPO4 minus. Remove one H plus. PO4 minus 3. If you add one H plus, H2 PO4 minus. Understood? Will you complete this? See, here, if I take the HA is an acid, let us take as an acid. It is H2O, let us take as a base. So from this, what we get? H, after losing H plus, it becomes A minus, it becomes H3O plus. This becomes conjugate base, this becomes conjugate acid. Correct? This is a basic ionic equilibrium established between the two reactions, two reversible and reaction, forward and backward reaction. Here, what we have to understand is, if any reaction, if you take any this type of reaction, if acid is strong, its conjugate base is weak. If base is weak, its conjugate acid is strong. Reverse we have to see. Generally, if acid is strong, its conjugate base is weak. If acid is weak, its conjugate base is strong. Weak than water. If acid is strong, its conjugate base is weaker than water. So even if we compare with water also, this conjugate base is weak. If acid is here weak, its conjugate base is strong. Similarly, base we can apply. If base is strong, its conjugate acid is weaker than water. Okay. So similarly, if base is weak, its conjugate acid is strong. Is that clear? So we'll see some examples here. Some examples we'll see. So for example, acidic nature order. Acidic nature order. If you compare HF, HCl, HBr, HI. Out of these four, can you tell me which is strong acid? Which is strong acid? HI. Down the group, bond energy decreases because bond length increases. HF, HCl, HBr, HI. Bond length increases. When bond length increases, bond energy decreases. So when bond energy decreases, acidic nature becomes increases. So this is weak acid. Weak acid. But I minus is strong conjugate base. F minus. After losing H plus, what is this? F minus. F minus is strong conjugate base. This is strong acid. But I minus is weak conjugate base. Understood? HF is a weak acid, but F minus, after losing one H plus, will get conjugate base. Yes or no? Conjugate base, how will get? After losing H plus from acid. After losing one H plus from acid, will get conjugate base. This F minus will be the strongest now. Whereas HI is the strong acid. After losing one H plus, I minus will get conjugate base. That becomes weaker than water. I have written here. If acid is strong, its conjugate base is weaker than water. If acid is weak, its conjugate base is stronger. Understood? So another example I will tell you. So another, this is first example. Second example. So which is strong acid out of these four? Which is strong acid? HClO4. As the oxidation state increases, oxidation number increases, acidic nature increases. Here oxidation number of chlorine is +1. Here oxidation number is +3. Oxidation number +5. Oxidation number +7. As oxidation number increases, acidic nature increases. So this is acidic nature. This is strong acid. If it is strong acid, ClO4 minus becomes weak conjugate base. Understood? HClO4 minus is a weak acid, but ClO minus is strong conjugate base. Understood the concept? Okay. So another one example I will tell you here, that is alcohol acidic nature. That is C2H5OH, primary alcohol, CH3 taken twice, CHOH, secondary alcohol, CH3 taken thrice, COH, tertiary alcohols. These are alcohols. Primary alcohols are stronger acid than secondary and tertiary alcohols. Which is the weakest base? Primary alcohol is strong acid. After losing one H plus, it becomes conjugate base. That is C2H5O minus is weak conjugate base. Right? So this is tertiary alcohols, which is very weak acid. But tertiary butoxide, strong conjugate base. This is called as, the name is, remember, you will use in organic chemistry, tertiary butoxide. Tertiary butoxide. This is ethoxide. Secondary, yes, secondary propoxide or isopropoxide. Isopropoxide you can write, or secondary propoxide. This is ethoxide. Ethoxide. Is that clear about acids and bases? Different types of theories. Okay, Bronsted theory, Arrhenius theory, and Lewis theory. Okay. Next concept, uridone. ionization constant of water and its ionic product. Okay, you see here what we write is ionization constant of water. Actually, if you take the pure water undergo ionization. Water is almost unionized. There is equilibrium established in pure water. In pure water, equilibrium is established. So how it establishes equilibrium? H2O liquid, H2O liquid. So both are two same substances. It is act as acid, it is act as a base. So I already told you water is an amphiprotic. It can donate H plus, it can accept on H plus. If it donate one H plus, what happens? H2O becomes OH minus aqueous. It becomes conjugate base. And this becomes what? H3O plus. This becomes conjugate acid. Now there is equilibrium between them. Equilibrium established. So that equilibrium, what we can write? The dissociation constant of water. This reaction set to be autoprotolysis. This reaction called as autoprotolysis. Autoprotolysis means the proton transfer, whether donating or accepting between the same molecules. Same molecules set to be autoprotolysis. Okay. So here the water dissociation constant so we have written the so many equilibrium constant. We have actually two we have written. Equilibrium constant with respect to concentration we have written as Kc. Equilibrium constant with respect to pressure is written as Kp. Now here water dissociation constant we write as Kw. What is that? Kw. Kw. So Kw is equal to, how we write for this? Whenever an equilibrium is established, we can write equilibrium constant. So what is the equilibrium constant? Product concentration by reactant concentration. Products are aqueous, but reactants are pure liquids. We don't include pure liquids. We always include aqueous solutions here. So I write here H3O plus concentration and OH minus ion concentration. So water dissociation constant is product of H3O plus and OH minus. We can also write this as Kw is H plus into OH minus. Okay. So I write one point here. The product of concentrations, of H plus and OH minus is called ionic product of water. This definition also important. What is ionic product of water? The product of concentrations of H plus and OH minus is called as ionic product of water. We write as Kw. Enough for today. You read all these definitions, points, and reactions, everything carefully. You practice NCERT reactions, NCERT exercises, NCERT exemplar. First you finish that. Thereafter, if you want, you can refer any one reference book. First you have to complete NCERT exercises you do. End of the chapter, there are some questions which are exercises. You have to practice that questions. So after that, you practice NCERT exemplar. Thereafter, you can practice RME volume or anywhere reference book. Okay? Is that okay? Understood all of it today's class? Okay. So we'll continue next class. Thank you.